Hey guys, so the year is 55 BC, and I am very excited to tell you about a brand new mod set in this time period for Thrones of Britannia called Caesar in Britannia, and it's going to be absolutely amazing when the campaign is complete. The first campaign, by the way, of two, where you're going to be able to control Caesar, Julius Caesar, in his invasion of Britannia. So in this video, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into everything we know about Caesar in Britannia so far, all the work that the modders have been doing into bringing these factions to life, really fleshing them out in the custom and online battles, especially with their unit visuals, the battle balancing, and I'm going to tell you why I think it's gotta be on your radar. It's one of the most exciting mods right now in development in Total War. So there's a lot to unpack here, and let's dive straight in. Right now, Caesar in Britannia is available in the Steam Workshop as a kind of an announcement kind of mod that you go in there. You can't play it if you subscribe to it here. What you need to do is go to their Discord and get the mod directly from there into unpacking it into your files, and then you'll be able to play it. There's still a lot of bugs and stuff that things are being worked through. There's a lot of feedback that needs to be given to the modders. So if you do end up going in there and checking it out, definitely get into the Discord and feedback to them as much as you can as well. But my experience of the battles so far are truly stellar. I mean, I love my mods, right? I love DEI, the slow pace of the mod. I love mods like Ancient Empires or 1212 AD on Attila. There's a fantastic amount of thought and design that's gone into battle balancing, battle visuals, and I have to say right off the bat, what the developers are focusing a lot of effort into here in this Thrones of Britannia mod is battle balancing and unit visuals. They've absolutely nailed the historical authenticity, the visual immersive feel of both of these factions, the British and the Romans so far. I mean, there will be more factions, of course, but what we have here, what they've done is really bring these factions to life on the battlefield, especially. In the last 3 days, I've been looking into different styles of battles to really get a feel and essentially to get all this footage together, montage it all together to really properly portray how these units look and how the battle balancing looks as well, because Rome can usually be quite overpowered versus other factions. But here in my battles, I played a river crossing, a land battle, and a siege battle. Things were quite balanced, and the British actually do have ample opportunity to overpower the Romans, especially from a flank, especially with ranged units, which I do a good job of running down here with my cavalry, and their cavalry. British cavalry really can do a dent to Romans if used correctly, which is really nice to see. Battle balancing aside, I think we can all agree Thrones of Britannia has some of the best battles you can play in the series. The siege battles are definitely some of the most fun. The visuals and the animations are really good stuff as well. So to be able to play Rome in Thrones of Britannia is absolutely, for me, a total wet dream. And this mod's development it's so important to me, which is why I'm making this video. And they need help, by the way. So I know I'm kind of jumping around different points in this video right now, but visually everything looks great. This mod's development is in progress, but if you want to get in there and help them out with some research and some unit design, some modeling, some texturing, whatever you can, then please do get into the Discord and try and help them out. They would really appreciate it. Even if you want to just test it, to get in there and play the mod yourself, have a few battles with yourself, with the AI and some friends, just to be able to feed back on how the battles play out so far for each of these factions would really help them out as well. From a campaign perspective, we know currently that they are aiming for 2 campaigns, similar to how Medieval Kingdoms 1212 run their campaign. So there will be an early campaign and a late campaign. The early campaign will feature Caesar's first invasions in 55-54 BC, where it will simulate more of a survival type of gameplay, where you're only going to have a limited number of units to land in Britain with, and you'll have certain victory conditions to conquer as much of Britain as possible, and really historically simulate how Caesar's campaigns really went in that time period. Later campaign will feature the player being able to control Claudius's invasion. So a little bit later on, you'll be offered a lot more legions, proper historical legions, and a greater number of men as well to field in the conquest of Britannia. So there's a lot of work being done here to really flesh out the campaigns in this mod. We know that the modders are looking very closely to use the map modding tool tool that the Dauntless Days team are producing. So to be able to add and remove towns and provinces in Thrones of Britannia, which for both of these campaigns will be absolutely amazing. And yeah, I mean, there will be unique mechanics for both the Romans and the British factions. There's going to be British factions that have very unique rosters. So you're going to have to, as Rome, adapt your roster and your play style, your tactics in the Thrones of Britannia battles, which are just tactical anyway, to adapt to all of these factions and how they play. It just sounds absolutely amazing on paper so far. The campaigns are currently in development. Of course, we don't know when they're going to be releasing. The modders are at the moment quite busy until November, at which point around November, December, January, February next year, we might see some of these campaigns, or at least the first one, get released to the public for testing. And until then, we're going to get more information drip fed here and there, of course, about the factions that they're working on, the state of the campaign, the new mechanics, etc. And I'll be here making videos on all of that, of course. But the best thing that we can do as a Total War community, as a mod loving community, is to get in there, download it, and try it out and feed back to the modders as much as possible. So again, I'm going to just call out this call to action to you guys. If you're interested in playing Caesars in Britannia for Thrones of Britannia right now, this mod, the state of the mod right now is basically in custom and online battles, and they could really use as much feedback as possible. If you go on the Discord, actually, they tell you the specific feedback that they need to hear more of. And if you can do that, that would go a long way for battle development especially, and to polish off everything in kind of preparation for the campaign's development and release. Now I'm going to drone this home one more time as well, because it's such an important message for mods like this that are just starting off. They have so much ambition. They can die so easily if they don't have the support they need, the help they need. If you're willing to learn to mod, or if you know how to mod Thrones of Britannia especially, or if you're just willing to learn to do a bit of research, you know, do a bit of script writing, then please get into the mods Discord server and let them know. Lend them a hand in terms of 2D, 3D modeling, description writing, whatever it is. I'm sure they would really appreciate it. And that's it for today, guys. I wanted to do this brief intro video into Caesars in Britannia, do a bit of a, this is what they've done so far. This is their ambitions, especially for the campaign, which just sounds absolutely amazing. The work that they've done, the visuals, the unit textures here for Rome and this first British faction looks so impressive. And there's so much more to come. So if you enjoyed the video, do give it a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below. As more information comes out about Caesars in Britannia, I'll be making more videos to let you know about development progress, and to obviously keep calling out the action to get in there and try and help them out. Subscribe to the channel for more Total War content and gameplay and news just like this, especially if you want to hear more about Caesars in Britannia's mod development progress. And thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.